Hey, Jasmine, Ivy here.
Hey.
Happy to see you in the Zoom sphere again. This is how we do. So, I would like to propose that we pretend together that we are submitting an application to lead a session at the Groundwork Gathering. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to take over your screen and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at the website and how you get to the form, and then we're going to walk through the form together. So I'm going to bring us to our website. Welcome. And this is the landing page for Groundwork, Healing Within Community Arts Education. Watchers, viewers, if you notice there's a header at the top of this page that says it's in preview mode, that's because we're recording this before we're publishing this. So when you come to this page, you won't see that. You'll see the actual page itself. Okay, enough with my disclaimer. So here we are on the Groundwork Healing Within Community Arts Education Gathering web page. And we are going to enter into the proposals. So I'm going to click on the button, call for session proposals. Here we are, we come to another page. And basically this next page is like a reminder, like, hey, there's all this information that you probably want to know in advance of submitting a proposal, because this work is grounded, pardon the pun, and lots of other thinking and lots of other work and lots of other leadership. Which will probably help you submit a really strong proposal. You can see our talking about the audience, goals for the gathering, our priorities, who we're centering and why, and more information about the 4 types of session formats, which there are recordings of Jasmine and I talking to each other about this too, if this is a helpful way for you to receive that information. And then kind of like the overview of what to expect through the submission process on the calendar. Our window is open for a very short time. And then our turnaround back to you is also very quick, because October will be here so fast. So that's why the application window is small. And then a little bit of information about the review process. Now, we are putting together a review committee. This is a work in progress, so I don't have anyone to share with you right now. But as soon as that committee is confirmed and those great people, collaborators who will be reviewing your submissions are confirmed, it will be transparent. They will be up on the website. You can see who all is gatekeeping, for lack of a better word, but it is collaborative. So yeah. Okay, so after all that information is another link for the proposal form. This is the pathway. So now we're going to dive into the proposal form. Okay, so here it is. Now, we tried to make this proposal form simple, and we're trying to gather all of the necessary information that we need all in one place. However, this is probably a process for you as you submit. It will especially be a process if you're doing it with another person, like Jasmine and I are going to demonstrate today. You can save your progress by hitting this button and come back to it later. So just know, like, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. You can come back to this over a couple of days, however long you need, before you actually submit. And that's good information. Just know that we need to receive this information by the deadline, which is Tuesday, July 27th. Is that right?
27th, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's when you want to make sure you submit it. If you forget to submit it, I don't think that we can help you. And so I apologize in advance. So that's the button you want for saving it in progress. And then when you're done, you're going to hit submit. And this is the magic button that lets the review committee see your work. Okay, so sorry for that whiplash, top to bottom scrolling, but I wanted you to see it's all in one page. Okay, so again, there are proposal guidelines. This form will link to the information that you might need to go back to like be sure that you understand everything. Please use those links. Please review all the things and know that we're also here to help. Okay, Jasmine, let's get started. Do you want to be the lead in this submission, or shall I be the lead? Just so you know, the lead gets all communications to and from the guild staff, and they're the point person for, do you want to be the point person for us?
Yes.
Okay.
I love responsibility.
We love you. Okay, so I'm going to put your name here. And basically anything on the form where you see a star means that that's required information. So, oh, I spelled your name wrong. There we go, Jasmine. Does that look good?
Yeah.
Pronouns. I know
She,
you're
her.
she, her. All right. You want to input your title?
Yeah. Learning and engagement manager.
Now you know we don't have to, but you get to if you want to. Affiliated organization if applicable. We're going to put down the guild because that's where we work. But we might know each other outside of an organization, in which case an organization is not applicable. So that's up to you when you're submitting if that's applicable or not. All right, Jasmine, preferred email. Work, personal, or something else?
Work email.
Okay. And I happen to know your email address. So I'm just going to put it in. And preferred phone.
Work phone. Office.
Got it. And then I'm not going to put it in because I don't have it memorized, truth be told. And so this is totally not our phone number, y'all. Don't use it.
Don't call.
Don't call. You won't get Jasmine.
Who is this? I was like, this is a really elaborate phone number for
I know,
someone.
right? It's not real. Okay, but y'all, you want to put in a real phone number for us because the review committee might be totally into your proposal, but have some questions for you or have some feedback, and they'll want to contact you so that you can present. And if you don't give us a real phone number, we won't be able to follow up. So don't copy us with a fake number, please.
Yes, and you went past something really quick, but when you submit, as you add, the other fields will appear. So if you look and you just kind of, you looked away, you turned back, remember some of those fields will appear as you're coming through.
Sorry, I did that really fast. You're right. Okay, but everything's there. Don't fear. Okay, so this next part's actually really important. This reads bio as it will appear on the program website, 100 words max. So what this means is we want to promote all of you, all of the session presenters. We're going to upload a photo, your bio, and your name to our website. It's a way that you're recognized. You can tell all your people like, hey, come to this thing, I'm doing this thing. But why I'm talking to you about this right now is that whatever you put here will be what goes on the website. So if you decide that your bio needs to be in all caps, then you should type it in all caps. Sometimes you don't want to be yelling. And maybe you don't intend that, but know that like when you hit submit, your bio will look exactly as it appears here. So you want to be very intentional and mindful about what you put here. Why are we doing that?
Well, we're getting a lot of submissions and we're going to have a pretty large amount of presenters, and we want to have it as you intended. And yeah, we want to honor how you intend to communicate yourself, your name, other information about you, and that we don't have capacity for going back and forth with all these individual changes for each person.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a tight turnaround window. So we don't have capacity to copy edit. So be sure that this is exactly how you want to be represented. So I'm just going to enter that as copy text. We're not really going to put your bio in here, Jasmine.
Yeah, that's my bio. My bio is this copy should be intentional.
What's helpful about the form too is it lets us know how many more words we have left to input, so it counts as you go. It's super helpful for editing. In the past, I would recommend doing this in a Word document first and then copying and pasting. Just sometimes that's easier, but you do you. And then here's the place to upload your headshot or your photo, how you want to be represented and how you will be presented on the website. This is non-optional. So you might decide that you don't want to be on the website. So maybe you put an image of something else here. This is up to you, but it will be built in.
And so just like the bio, you know, this is the image you're choosing. We don't have capacity to adjust for each headshot. If you have a great headshot and then you have other friends that are awesome photographers and you want to change it, please use your preferred headshot, because that's also something that is set once you submit it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So then this is the place for additional speakers. Jasmine and I are submitting a proposal together. So this proposal could be submitted just by one person, just by the lead, just be a solo show, but it can also be a space where more than one person can present. So in this case, we are going to say that there's an additional speaker. That's me, but you can see the drop-down menu allows you to say no additional speakers or up to 3 additional speakers. So now I'm going to put in my information.
Ivy.
And I'm going to skip this part because we've already presented how all of this happens. Now, I went really fast up above. Jasmine slowed us down and had us reflect. You can see, like, it looks like you can't put in your email here, but you actually can, because as soon as you select your preferred email, the space appears for you to input that email. And I'm going to put mine here in fairness, Jasmine, so people can email me too. Performance anxiety makes typos. Okay, so again, all presenters will put in the bio as they want to be represented, and they will carefully copy edit it because no one else is. And then here's where you choose again a photo for that additional speaker. Now here, we're down at the part of the form where we're done inputting speaker information. Jasmine, as the lead, are you confirmed?
Yay, yes.
Yeah. And then Jasmine, as the lead, can you confirm that I am also a speaker? Do you know that, or are you're still working it out with me? Do you?
I am sure that Ivy, who's filling out this form, to fill out this form.
Okay, we're confirmed. High five. Okay, so please briefly describe why these individuals are appropriate presenters on this topic. So this is actually for the review committee. This will not be present on the website, but essentially, like, we want to know, like, what's your relationship? Why are you coming together to do this thing? So Jasmine and Ivy work as close co-conspirators on the project. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I mean, you forgot they were best friends.
Oh yeah,
yeah, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's good to make sure that like, we want the proposals to be intentional, and this provides space to learn more about how presenters and thoughts and ideas were intentionally put together.
I'm adding more information for you all. You know, we're whole people, so we're not just professionals, and I think that you can bring your whole self into this too. particularly as it relates to your story or what you're presenting. So let's say like we are presenting something under the track of healing, it would be germane for reviewers to know that Ivy has a meditation practice. So and I don't know, Jasmine, like we're running with this. We didn't rehearse this. We're doing this on the fly.
Yours will be better than ours.
Much better. And then we'd like to know scheduling conflicts. So we know right now that the dates of the gathering are October 18th to November 5th. And we'd like to accommodate any like total conflicts for you. So like maybe, you know, you're going to get married on October, I don't know, 28th. Let us know. Like you're not presenting on October 28th when you're getting married, obviously. So let us know like when you have true conflicts. Another thing to know is that if you have a conflict come up after you submit this proposal, but you've already submitted the proposal and you didn't let us know about that conflict, unfortunately, we won't be able to accommodate that conflict after the deadline of this proposal, which is another way of saying that we're at capacity. And it's similar to how we can't copy edit your bio. And so I apologize for that. I know life happens, but these are just like what we need to do to stay sane on the back end. And so my apologies in advance. I'm looking at Jasmine like, hey, are you gonna go?
Oh, yeah. We did, in a previous video, we've discussed a little bit accessibility. Part of our practice at the Guild is to include audio descriptions and acknowledgements. We have ASL provided by Pro Bono ASL. And if you have any additional accommodation requests, you can contact Ivy at ivyyoung@nationalguild.org. This is a bit different from previous things we've mentioned. Please let us know if accessibility requests that you have as they come up.
And they can be questions too. So, you know, all the things. So you can put them here in the form. You can also just email me if that feels safer or better for you and your needs. We are all ears and want to make this as accessible as we can. So we welcome you. Okay, so here we get into the juice of the proposal. So, Jasmine.
Ooh, okay. I think that we should propose a real talk salon.
You read my mind.
And I think we should do it on healing and trauma-informed practices because of what you mentioned earlier.
Let's do it. Real talk. Okay, so if you are unclear on the session formats or the primary content tracks, please link through these parts of the website so that you're really clear on what we're asking for. Or you can watch some other videos where we talk about this, but we're not going to go into it right now.
One thing I will say is that as you see, armchair travel tours, all of these different session proposals have lengths of time. Like the armchair travel tour is 20 minutes. You're not submitting an entire 20-minute thing or an entire 90-minute thing. As we go forward, it'll be clear what your proposal, this tiny piece of information or tiny recording you're submitting potentially is.
Yeah, these are the ingredients of the actual gathering, and we're not expecting these right now. This is you pitching like, hey, I want to do a real talk salon.
Exactly.
And then, yep. Okay, that was so helpful. Thank you. Ooh, titles are so hard.
Obviously it's Jasmine and Ivy Together Forever. That's our session title.
And healing,
and
'cause
healing.
that's what it's about.
I'm having too
Okay,
much fun, guys. I'm sorry.
so session topic. Basically, what is your session about? Like, what is your real talk about? What is the story that you are telling us? So we're going to show and tell about how Jasmine and Ivy, how
we center healing.
in our workday.
And you can see here that just like the previous spaces, it lets you know how many words you have so that you aren't shocked when you go over, or if you go over, or you can be intentional about the amount of words you're using.
And again, similar to the bio, what you type here will be what goes live on the website. So you're going to want to spend extra time really representing what you want to say well, like, and how you want to be known. Obviously, Jasmine and I are just having fun right now. We probably wouldn't be this repetitive in the session topic, but we did it under 25 words. And so this becomes your session abstract on the website. And basically what we want to know is your topic, what the participant experience will be, and what the participant will be able to take away as a result of coming to your, in this case, your healing real talk. So participants, what will they get from us? Or what will they experience? They're going to see how much fun we have working together. And then is there anything we can give them that they could take away and apply to their own practice?
Strategies for how to model in their own work environment.
With colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jasmine, I'm noticing like I have 32 more words. Do you think it's important that we get exactly 50 words? Or do you feel like this really represents what folks will get?
I think this represents it. And I think that, I think it's important, there's no requirement that you have to reach these word maximums. It's about content goal.
Gotcha. Thanks. Okay. So this is the hard and fun part of the submission process. It says record a short video demo. Those are yelling in cap words because this is really just a demo. This is a demo video. It's not the actual thing. That provides a glimpse of your story, practice, or tour. They should be up to 2 minutes in length. So obviously not as long as the video we're recording right now. And the idea is that we want to see you being real. We want to see how you reflect on your practice and how transparent you are. This is not about being perfect. This is not about performing. This is not about having all the answers. In fact, we're really excited for you being messy, for not having the answers, for you being transparent and vulnerable and talking to us about like what the real work is.
Yeah, I mean, I think to that end, it's, this is a gathering designed around us getting together as we work through healing in the pandemic. This is a time where we're all learning, and I think it's okay to model that learning. In fact, it's deeply encouraged to model that learning.
Yeah, because it shows us how we can all learn forward together. Yeah. Now, I'd like to call out, there's a link here for community embedded. And it goes to this Rootwork Pillars of Embedded Community Practice. This builds off of what the cohort and the advisors did in the previous Rootwork program. And this articulates or shows it's a tool getting at how do we work by, with, and for community? How is our work embedded in community? Because there really should be no difference between organization and community. The work should be like this. And so this document are core questions that we hope practitioners embody and practice in their community work. And these are the types of stories and authentic work that we're looking to highlight and show in the convening. So it's embedded throughout the website, but it's also embedded here in the form. Now the video URL. Jasmine, I would love for you to pull back the curtains into why a video and not just a straight up application form with text.
Well, this gives a way, many of these, particularly the tour and the salon, you know, we will be seeing you on our virtual video devices on Zoom. Uploading a link and getting a chance to share gives us a chance to get to know you, to see you, to experience you being that real, reflective, and transparent self.
And it could be a recording of you and your co-presenters on Zoom talking just like Jasmine and I are. It could be a recording that you do on your cell phones. Just you want to make sure that it's 2 minutes long because there will be a lot of submissions. And we want to be kind and gentle to the reviewing committee. And then I guess I would also add that this is an accessibility practice. It's also a practice for inclusion. Not everyone has great facility with writing. Writing is not that easy for all people. So, but we know how to be people and how to communicate with our bodies and with our words in real time. So do that. Show up, be yourself. And then upload your video to a platform and share the URL in the form, and then we'll watch it. Okay, so is there this is optional, but if you have any recommended resources that really pertain to your work or the story that you're telling or your program, or sources of inspiration that you draw from that are related to what you're submitting, please drop those recommended resources here. They can be the titles of books or movies. They could be URLs to music videos or soundtracks. I don't know, but that's up to you. What do you think is, if you want, applicable and supports your proposal, and would be great if other participants who got to watch you present also enjoyed.
You know, this is optional, but it's really useful because part of what we want to do is make sure that the learning and connecting that we have here goes beyond just the 3 weeks that we're having this gathering. So many times people are like, I loved this session, I want to learn more, where do I start? This can provide a lot of insight to people who want to grow.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jasmine. Now we obviously need to have a huddle and really think about our session proposal before we fill this out. So I'm going to leave it blank for right now. And then the next field is also optional. It says, do you have any other comments you would like to share with the review committee? So this is your chance to add anything that maybe we didn't think to ask you that we need to know, or as the review committee should consider as they're reviewing your 2-minute video.
Then with the video, I know that for the armchair tour, the full videos that will be submitted after this will be closed captioned. Should we mention that here?
I think that the Guild will take care of the closed captioning, because what we'll do with the actual sessions that are pre-recorded is that we'll upload it to the Guild's YouTube page, and that we handle closed captioning on our end. But yeah, all videos will be closed captioned for all participants in the gathering. Good point. But it's not in the form.
Got it.
Because we got you. All right, so we're at the bottom of the form, and this is for the lead applier. So in this case, it was you, Jasmine, even though I was typing. So basically, this part of the speaker it's a speaker policy, and it's basically saying like, hey, this is the timeline. This is what happens. You all save the dates in your calendars for October 18th through the November 5th. Just and know that you'll be hearing back from us in early August. You might hear back from the review committee with further questions, which is why we need your contact information at the top of the form. And then we will extend invitations on August 18th. So you'll know by August 18th if you're being invited to present or not. And so basically at that point, we can further confirm when in that 3-week window of October 18th to November 5th, so that you're not holding 3 weeks indefinitely forever, or you can know to let that go. And then you want to make sure that by the second week of September, a week after registration opens, that everyone who's presenting has registered. And as a presenter, your registration is complimentary. Like it's what you get in exchange for teaching, you get to learn. And then as session lead, you're responsible to make sure that you're really reaching your online audience, and you'll be working closely with us at the Guild, me and Jasmine, on how to do that. And so we're here to support you in that success. And basically, you have to agree that that's your job to be able to submit. You can't submit without agreeing that that's your job. It's kind of like, this is a not fair question, but that's how the form's built.
It also like make sure that you understand as session lead, or me hypothetically as session lead, understand the responsibility of gathering your other participants together, making sure that they are also being adequately communicated with and prepared. So it really helps all of us have a better experience.
That's right. So as session lead, you're kind of like the liaison.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we could hit submit, but Jasmine, I feel like it's better for us to save our progress and come back later, because we've got some things to work out with our recommended resources, and we have to make our 2-minute video to be able to put our URL here. Yeah. So that's it. If you've got questions for us, please email us at programs@nationalguild.org. Again, that's programs@nationalguild.org. You'll hear from Jasmine or from me or from anyone really at the Guild. So send in your questions, know that we've got you, and we can't wait to see the stories that you have to share.
Yeah, thank you for joining us as we submit. And we're really excited to see everything that everyone's working on and to gather together.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jasmine.